Hello again, and welcome back to the This Week at Bungie update. So, getting into the start, if you missed last week's update, something they covered was reflecting upon Lightfall, preparing for Grandmasters, which just dropped out this reset. Shared what weapons are leaving at the end of the Season 20 and are coming in Season 21, and of course the ritual ones. We're not losing anything from seasonal stuff. But then we also get Cutscene Happy and the Prime Gaming stuff. Now, what's going on now is details regarding third-party peripheral usage, Destiny and would like to commend you. Reminder about Trials Labs, the Bungie Foundation, and update to the known issues, which is per the usual. Now, jumping into it, they wanted to talk about third-party peripherals and how they are essentially affecting some things, how they're going on. Now, to give an idea, Bungie embraces the use of external accessibility aids that enable and experience the game designers intended, but will take action, including bans on people who abuse these tools specifically to gain advantages over other players. Now, just going over this, they say, our community has grown increasingly frustrated by a form of cheating that uses third-party peripherals with the intent to manipulate the game client. These devices are plugged into a computer or console where they can, for example, execute simple scripts or trick the game into giving you extra aim assist. You'll note that we aren't calling out specifics by name or services. The primary reason for that is we simply don't want to offer a bigger spotlight than necessary. Instead, our focus is on what impact these tools has on a PvP environment. To this end, Bungie has adopted the following policy for any form of external asides. Now, external accessibility aids are any device that input or input that augments the player's ability to control the game beyond what the game itself normally provides. This includes, but is not limited to, programmable controllers, keyboard and mouse adapters, advanced macros, or automation via artificial intelligence. This does not include features that Bungie provides. For more information on how Bungie supports accessibility, check out our goals outlined by accessibility on this article. Experience the game designers intended means that the content meant to be difficult or prestige is designed like that for a reason. We do not intend for difficulty to be automated away via software or hardware. Therefore, simply using an accessibility aid to play Destiny 2 where a player could not play otherwise would not be a violation of this policy. Using these tools to mitigate challenges all players face, such as reducing recoil or increasing aim assist, would be a violation. And getting advantage generally means for the purpose, directly or indirectly, of achieving victory. For example, some players that abuse these tools rise in PvP ranks at a rate far beyond what is expected for a player improving through typical play. Because of the benefits of cheating in PvE can affect things like World's First or even spill over to PvP, will eventually evaluating all gameplay for violations. I'll be monitoring violations of said policy and issue warnings, restrictions, or bans appropriately. This has been a matter of extending conversations both internally and the community. We want to strike the right balance between Bungie's goal of simultaneously enabling everyone to enjoy games and protecting the community. Basically, if you don't need an accessibility thing to improve your gameplay, don't use it if it means you'll get a leg up. Then they also talk about the commendations and the fact that they are introducing the best dress commendation during Season 21. But that's, let's be honest, I don't think commendations are exactly there. Sure, we got commendation scores, and that's an idea of how good and well commendated people are. But I don't think people look at anyone and say, this person was the selfless one in this raid. This person was heroic in this. I'm pretty sure people just pick and choose random people and give them different things. I'm not sure if commendations in the way they are the best half-baked idea, but, you know, that's just me. Then going into Trials Labs. Just a reminder, we will have 2 more Trials Labs on week 8 and 11 of this season, and both we will be testing new matchmaking parameters to gather analytics and verify how they work on a large scale. For a refresher how new matchmaking works from the dev team, they will always have 2 active soft pools. Soft means that matchmaking liability prefers not to blend the pools, but will, if necessary, define a good game quickly, so the distinction is not as dramatic as the ones between flawless and non-flawless in the current system. The Challenger pools, this is where most players who currently play Trials on a week-to-week basis and who want to go flawless will play. It represents the experience more like the original iterations of Trials D1 without the focus of making games more difficult as the card progresses or after you have been flawless. This pool matches based solely on connection. There's no matchmaking based on tickets, wins on a ticket, wins, weekly wins, or skill. Players who have any card with no losses, including a card after reset, or playing with someone in their faction who has a card with no losses will be placed in this pool. The practice pool is the pool targeted at new or less experienced players who are not ready to give going flawless a shot, and represents a place for them to dip their toes into Trials without being thrown straight into the deep end. This pool matches based on connection and weekly performance on how well you have done in trials this week, resets every week. Only players with a flawless card or those in their first game, or with a flawed card or those in their first game of the week can play in this pool. Everyone in your fire team must have a flawed card or be in the first game of each week. This pool has Stomp Protection, in which if you are consistently struggling, it will reduce your weekly performance rating to give you slightly easier matches until you recover. As well as Farming Protection, if the system detects you or a fire team member are likely attempting to farm the practice pool, it will slow down your matchmaking times initially. If you continue to lock up in your challenger pool, it will lock you into the challenger pool for the remainder, regardless of card state. As a reminder to the updates of Passage of Wealth and Mercy and the changes of the Gilding Flawless Triumph requirements will not be live on these weekends. Those who come in Season 21 alongside the new emblem and introductory quests. We'll be playing alongside you in both pools, monitoring feedback to keep an eye on trials. Now, the Bungie Foundation is going on, I assume, in Scotland. So there is that. Raising critical funds for the Seattle Ronald McDonald House. So yeah, there's another Bungie Foundation. If you feel like participating and giving in and help reach the $77,777 goal, head to this donation page, a link there, and in any incentives if you want, a $50 donation will receive the Knees Out emblem. One emblem code will be given to each unique $50+ donation after the event ends, expecting your inbox before Friday the 28th. Then, of course, at $100 plus, the prize above plus receives a postcard digitally signed by the Kilts for Kids team. $250 as well, get a digital copy of new and unique piece of artwork made by Mark Fleig himself. And all the prizes above for $500 will also include a physical print of Mark's exclusive art shipped to you. Let's see, rewards will not be automatically redeemed as we must receive donor data from RMHC before the reward distribution. And thank you to anyone who supports. And then, of course, we have the known issues report. So, update 7.0.5 next Tuesday on the 18th. The update will be released. The maintenance will begin at 8 a.m. Destiny will be brought offline for time, be brought back online, and then, of course, maintenance schedule will be due to update before the game, of course, goes back to reset. Then, Guardian rank objective dates. We have made scoring updates to the following master ranks. So, Legend score will require 115,000. Nightfall score will require 180,000, and scoring Grandmaster will require 210,000. Additionally, we'll have increased Lake of Shadows score multiplier to compensate for its ads. And for the known issues, the weekly red border focusing may not count progress to the Defiant Focusing Triumph, and if players wipe in the boss encounter of Lake of Shadows, already defeated champions may respawn in previous zones, resulting in inaccurate scores and completing rewards. As well as Soraya Hawthorne may continue to reference visiting Amanda in her voice lines. Big oof in there. But aside from that, you got the art and movies of the week as usual, and always great in there. But that is pretty much the end of the TWAB. Nothing exactly seasonal changing, just a broad variety of news and making sure that people are playing as intended, not cheating in ways that isn't traditionally cheating. Aside from that, my name is Matt Scorpion. I will see you in the next video.